1, 2. Okay. So, yeah, I just spent like 4 or 5 minutes talking to the phone because it was on photo mode, not on video. So I didn't do a whole lot of filming. I did some filming, which I'll show you while I was working on it, but it seemed like a lot of it was just repetitive stuff anyway. So I'll go over it, and then if you have questions, maybe I'll answer them. So let me just show you what I got so far. All right, there we go. So yeah, so the walls are up. The roof is on right there. So both of those are up. Much like I did like the tongue and groove, or it's not tongue and groove, but the joints, as I did the joints on here, I also did the joints on the walls. So here you can see, I've already started bondoing in order to level up the surfaces for the final coat of fiberglass, or actually there's 2 coats of fiberglass that got to go down, a 10-ounce cloth and then a 2.5-ounce cloth. At which point that will all be painted. So walls are up, the rafters are up.
Hey, it's future CJ kind of coming back here into the past. So a couple of things I missed on videoing, and if you recall from the last video, we finished the tub, we finished the bulkhead, and now we finished the walls. So kind of bring you up to speed of where we're at. We're working on the roof now. And as you just saw in the video, I had mentioned the fact that I'd put in rafters. So the rafters are still 2-inch foam, same thing that I've been using. It's one piece. Each rafter is one piece, total piece. It's not glued together, but one total piece that actually sits down into the corners of the upper wall section. Now these are strictly just for the outline of the roof. There are 3 of them, one towards the back, one in the center, and then one above the front bulkhead. The rear wall creates its own as it was built out, so that there wasn't a need for an additional one in there. So again, these are just made out of foam, and it was basically just to hold the roof line, since it's, you got a flat panel on each side, the one main flat panel on the top. So that's the reason why they're in there. It's literally just to hold the shape until I was able to go ahead and get the fiberglass done on each individual corner. So the corners on the tops and the corners where they met the wall. So that's the only reason why they're in there. It has nothing to do with like structural protection or anything. And there's 4 layers of fiberglass that are on top of it. The other thing which I missed is this front ledge here, the storage area just above the bulkhead. Same principle as I used with the wings and the walls, where it was done with the cutouts or the tongue and groove design, I guess, basically, in order to put that in there. And you'll see a little bit more of that as we continue the video. You're seeing just doing some gap filling in here. That'll all have to get shaved down, and then once everything is squared up, which it's actually really square, I'm like maybe ½ an inch, believe it or not. I'm only like ½ an inch out of square, which is probably better than some houses. And when I say that, it's because I'm measuring diagonally from there and there to that corner, and it's literally off by about ½ an inch. So not terribly bad at all. These are just to hold the roof line, as I've been gluing and laying in the fiberglass strands. You really can't see it, but there's 2 temporary bands right there, and on the first one as well, and it's just kind of hold everything from shifting side to side. So that is up there. Once all the foam has been trimmed back and then everything's sanded, then we'll go ahead and run full stringers of fiberglass all the way across the 3 roof beams there. Let's see what else. Yeah, I made one little mistake right there. I had a holding screw that was right there, and it was just basically just kind of anchoring in the side while it was drying, and I forgot about it. I went to go sand it down, hit it with the sander, and I was like, oh yeah, let me pull it out. And so I started backing it out, and it just started spinning. And so I grabbed a pair of pliers, yanked it, and of course peeled up part of the 5mm plywood. So had to do a quick epoxy repair, and now I got to go back, sand it out, and then I'll go back in with more filler and finish doing all that. So the rough filler is on right now. This is the 2nd coat of filler. First coat's already down,
And there's still just a little bit of a wave down there. I got to go back and sand all this down, and then there'll be a third layer before I start fiberglassing. Still need to put the wood here on the front, but I did get the front ledge in for the nose. So this is now epoxied in, and hopefully over the weekend we'll get the nose built out here, and then hopefully that will work. Let me back this out a little bit. There you go. That way it's not so ridiculously big. So yeah, sorry about the low light, but yeah, so the nose will curve around here once we get that done. So the good things are, still got to get a window. I got to go find a used window. I got to find a used door. But they did have a sale on GE Memorial Day sales. You gotta love that. Memorial Day, GE 5000 BTU, 115 volt AC. So with my military discount or my veterans discount, it was like right around $160, I think. So not terribly bad. So yeah, it's coming together slowly but surely. These are just temporary. It's just to hold the roof line, I think I said, or maybe I didn't. A lot of sanding has got to go on in here. Still got to lay wood here. If you can say, I don't remember if I covered this in the last video or not, but the wood part is down on the floor on the inside. I still have to do the sidewalls and the tops of the tub.
Hey, future CJ again. Just an FYI, I voted against actually putting the wood on the top of the wings as well as the walls up to the wings of the tub.
And then the felt, or it's not felt, it's polyester microfiber suede. Is just, I'm going to put a layer of epoxy over this. I'm not going to board it. I'm just going to do a layer of epoxy on it. And then the felt will line that. So on this side, there's a window going in. It will be framed out with 1x1s and 1x3s. So part of this is going to go there. And then the back wall needs to be framed out to support the door, as well as the AC. And then I got to finish up the back part of the roof here. So yeah, just a little, update of things.